Good morning, everyone. It's Joker, and today we are back with another slime video. And finally, time to record the videos for the Chamber of Training stages 2, 3, and 4. These have the limit of only 4-star characters or lower. So any of the really old free-to-play characters or 4-star, 3-stars that you pull from normal summons are the only characters you can use, and 4-star protectors or lower. So no 5-stars, no EXs at all, no new current meta 5-star characters. You gotta really scrape the bottom of the barrel for these. But thankfully, they don't have that much HP in any of the stages to contend with, so they're not, quote unquote, that difficult, quote unquote, depending on how your boxes look for old 4-star characters. But let's go ahead and jump in. Chamber of Training Stage 3 wants us to use a Space Magic team, which, options, okay, certainly something. But we're only fighting one enemy today, RIGURD. He is a bit more powerful than the Stage 2 enemies. He's got double the HP, he's got fairly high attack for our free-to-play / 4-star characters. He seals our chance to guard, which isn't great. He also nerfs oranges, so straight up green or blue team. Gives himself an attack buff, gives himself a very good chance to crit and, solid crit damage, and pierce power. And he can also recover stat abnormalities, so Vengeance, not gonna be a workable thing here. You could Vengeance the last stage, not this one, because he just cleanses himself. And because he's giving crit, pierce, and his own attack buff, he hits pretty hard for a lot of the time. So healing charms probably going to be the best bet for people when they're going into this fight, because your units just are not that strong. But let's go ahead and pop up the first team. First team, gonna be kind of an odd pick, but Primal Demon Rain Protector. Don't really use her that often, but, she can work here because we're going to bring the free-to-play Space Misery from the Space 2.0 meta back in 2022. She is space, she's physical, not magic, but oh well. But she's going to get the attack buff from Rain when we do activate her. And then we've also brought free-to-play Frey as our space magic character. And we're going to bring a blue focus team. So blue, 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 blue. And then Misery has a single target heal skill, so she can keep us topped up. We're actually going to run the skill point on blue charm because these protectors don't stack that well and things get expensive very quickly. So we do need to have a bit more skill points because we're going to heal our way out of this with Misery. But if you don't bring Misery, you should probably use a heal charm. So since the turn 1s are all randomized, you can just continue to reset until you get something good or at least passable. And here we're just going to send the 4 Frey orbs, and then we get something okay. We unfortunately don't have 50 skill points to be able to convert, but we wouldn't be able to convert really anyways. So we're just going to send 2 more orbs. Boom. And you can see Rieger is doing chunks of health. It's not great. We got a good orb change, though. We can take Rimuru out because he has type disadvantage. We'll bring Misery in. This will allow us to get a use of Misery. Counterattacks, not something you really want to see because of all the power that he's got. If he does crit you, he does pierce you, it's gonna hurt a butt ton. So convert here. We'll bring Geld in for Soka. We'll use his convert, and then that's another full hand of blues. We can use Rain now. Get the, I think, 20% attack buff for 1 turn on our free-to-play Misery, and more importantly, give us extra skill points and raise our skill cap. So because we're using the skill point charm, we're actually going to make back a bit more skill points than you normally would here, because we need to continue to orb change, and Misery or Rain does not reset like Protector of Peace Frey. Kind of unfortunate. We're going to use Frey in the second clip, don't worry, because she's just that good as a protector that's free. But, that hurt Frey. That hurt Frey a lot right there, and she's type advantage. So we do have to now heal a little bit once we get some good orbs. So we'll use Rimuru, we'll use Soka. Unfortunately, not enough, or we'll use Frey, one of the two. Not enough to actually heal anybody up, so hopefully this next turn we could get a decent hand where we don't have to convert that much, and then we could start using the heal from Misery. Because Frey is looking a bit low, and thankfully we do. So we'll use the cheaper skill, and then the little, I think it's like a 35% heal. It's not the biggest thing in the world, but it's more than what the charm would do, and it's more healing than what you would have if you didn't bring Misery. And it will protect you to an extent, unless you're here for like 20 turns or something, and then you're probably going to have problems. But we're not going to get that far, because he's just about dead on turn 7, and we're looking fairly good. This is just another weird wonky hand, but we can convert it. So self-convert, green convert, boom, boom. We could bring Galden, and we could use the orb giveaway skill if we wanted to, which we are going to do, and it goes all to Misery, so she gets the extra attack buff from Rain, and now we can send this, and I think we are pretty much done here. 15, yes, there we go. So 8 turns, not bad. The healing, like, we did need it to keep Frey alive. There are times where you can get much more unlucky, and he could crit pierce everyone every single time he hits that he has those buffs, and they could die real fast. This was not my first run in this stage, because I had a few runs where people straight up did just die. So Misery's heal or a heal charm going to be pretty important for you to stay alive. Alright, the next team is a Protector of Peace Frey team, green focused. Strange unit that we're bringing is where we're going to bring the, I think, 4-star light Benimaru, mainly because he has a crit resistance buff, which means that you'll take less damage from RIGURD if he ends up critting you. But our only space character is going to be Sufia, so we do have to keep that in mind, as we're not going to have as much total damage output as the first team, because we don't have a Primal Demon unit, we don't have, you know, a whole bunch of things for us, but it still can work, obviously. So, turn 1 doesn't really work out the best for us, but we're going to send these oranges and try to get a full hand or a close hand of blues, and we do. So this can get us in the right direction for getting Frey activated. So it's not quite there, but it's getting us close, and that's the whole thing, is we're going to enable us. And now we've got a pretty good hand of greens, so we just need to use 2 converts here. So let's bring Isis in for Shinsha, and then we'll do 1-2, and then the green buff, and now we're pretty much set as far as gauge is concerned, as long as we can make, you know, somewhat decent hands of greens coming out of the gate. And we're still taking down damage at a good clip. I mean, here, you know, it is what it is, so let's use that convert, and then we'll swap, okay, no, we'll not swap Aaron out, but we will use the orb change from Isis, then we'll bring Shinsha in and use her single convert to blue. And then we'll give the light buff just to help her do a bit more damage for funsy onesies. And we don't want to enamor, because we wouldn't actually get anything out of it, because he would cleanse it. So there's no point in doing that, and if he does cleanse it, he gives himself another extra attack buff, and that's just not what we're really looking for when we're trying to survive this fight. So let's bring Benimaru in. We can use an orb change. I actually use the crit resistance now, even though RIGURD doesn't currently have a crit buff on him. But let's just go ahead and do it anyways, because I'm maybe planning for the future, trying to see if he applies his crit before he ults us. You know, let's see how that works out. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, and 6. And it doesn't work out. So he pierced us. We don't have any defense against pierce. Now he doesn't have any buffs going on. But now we can at least orb change. So 1, 2. Problem is we don't have any Sufia orbs, which this is the problem with only having one space unit on the team, is that if you don't get any orbs for them, they're not going to do damage for you. But we are running the heal charm now, because we did not bring Misery to give us extra type advantage and a heal, so we're running the heal charm like I talked about earlier. But here, I mean, this works out fairly well. We can use the single orb change, and then when we can bring Sufia in for the 3 orbs here, we can send a couple alts. He has crit power again. So here, I mean, we didn't really need Benimaru at all. If there's a different character you want to bring that has pierce resistance, probably a bit better for you. So the Chad, Gail Gibson, or Kurobe or something. I mean, Kurobe is a blue orb changer. Not really the best thing in the world for this team, but hey, if you need extra defense against Piers, like, one of those will give it to you. I guess you could bring, like, 4-star Water Yuki or... No, they're crit focused again. But either way, here we go. We won 8 turns, I think, with a green team. Protector of Peace Frey still showing out as probably the best free-to-play protector in the game. If you have any other teams that you found worked in this stage that are wildly different, please let me know in the comments. But that's it from me. Take it easy, and I'll see you all later.